All right, guys, this is getting a little bit ridiculous at this point. SpaceX is now larger than Microsoft in terms of market cap, the fourth biggest US company. Does that make any sense to you whatsoever? If I look at the largest companies, you've got Nvidia, about $5 trillion, Alphabet, 4.5, Apple just under that, Microsoft. SpaceX just overtook Microsoft since I posted this morning in Discord. It's larger than Amazon. It's larger than Broadcom. It's larger than Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, Micron, Eli Lilly, Berkshire Hathaway. Of course, it came to the market IPO at $1.77 trillion valuation. If I look at where the stock's at right now, it's up 65% roughly since the IPO. And that was just on last Friday. Of course, this announcement this morning pumped more FOMO into the stock, announcing a $60 billion cursor deal to boost AI coding. If you've been following SpaceX and you understand the business, you know that this was coming. It was just a matter of time. Of course, most people don't do any homework, and so they're just reacting to news. Now, you are seeing a pullback after a huge rip. The NASDAQ was up over 3% at its peak yesterday. It's down about 0.45% right now. You can see the S&P 500 down slightly. Dow Jones actually up 0.68% at all-time highs right now. Oil, though, is under $80 a barrel for the first time since March. And this is good news, right? And if we open up the strait, that's going to help with getting these prices lower, oil prices, energy prices. It's going to help with inflation. But some damage has been done already. Oil was actually in the 60s when this whole thing started earlier this year. And now it's sitting at $77, right? So it was 110. So it went from the 60s to 110, 120, pulling back now below $80. Now, my prediction, my guess, and this is just a prediction, not financial advice, just for entertainment purposes. Before the IPO on SpaceX on June 11th, I told you that I thought it was going to open at 135. It was going to rip to a $2.5 trillion market cap, or maybe higher, but it'd be 190 plus. Of course, it is. It's over 200. I think it drops with time. I believe my opinion is that the stock can drop with time, and it likely will hold that $1 trillion market cap. Hard to predict. It's a guess, right? And I'm not making investment decisions off of this. It's just what I think could happen with SpaceX. Between 2030, 2032, I believe that the market cap could be $5 trillion or more. Of course, that's just a prediction. It's a guess, and nobody knows for sure. Nobody has a crystal ball. But last night, so that's before the stock ripped again today, the price to sales ratio, TTM on SpaceX, was 125. Now it's higher than that. Palantir, it's very expensive, and it has recurring revenue, software as a service, right? And this is a 66 if we're using that price to sales ratio, TTM. Broadcom, 26, AMD, 24, Micron, 21, NVIDIA, 20. You get down to something like Amazon, 3.6, about the same as the S&P 500, 3.6. So 125 plus versus 3.6. So there's a lot of hope, excitement baked into this market, baked into this stock. What could happen? If you look at Elon Musk, $1.2 trillion net worth. Out of 195 countries on Earth, Elon Musk is worth more than 175 of those 195 countries. Be very careful chasing this market, FOMO chasing. Just be really, really careful. Google, it generates about 20x more revenue than SpaceX. If it traded at SpaceX's valuation, this is just for fun, Google would be about $45 trillion market cap. It's just to show you how extreme, how expensive this stock looks, at least to me. I think most people would probably agree with that. If I look at the richest people on Earth, Elon Musk at 1.27 trillion, the next closest is 300 billion. And people like Zuck at 211 billion. Larry Ellison, 247. Bezos, 267 billion. If you remember, I think it was just late last year in the fall, Larry Ellison took over the number one spot for a second. This is absolutely bonkers. This to me looks like a bubble. It's hard to say exactly what's going to happen from here, but I do believe there will be a pullback on SpaceX stock. So next I'm going to cover 5 stocks, actually 8 stocks that I'm personally buying. I think are attractive at these levels and lower. If you're new here and you don't know anything about me, I've been investing for 25 years. I've got an MBA. My bachelor's degree was in international business. I've been investing for a very long time. And my goal is to try to help share that knowledge that I've obtained over the years to help you be a better investor, a long term investor. A lot of people on the internet are trolls and they don't believe me. That's truly what I'm trying to do here. I quit my job. I was in software making $150,000 base plus commission. I quit that job cold turkey simply because it was a passion that I wanted to pursue. So you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, I've been investing a long time and I was successful at investing before I created my YouTube channel. I host a community with over 1,000 investors from all over the world, and I encourage you to join us. But I also bring content like this to YouTube. And if it is helpful, make sure you subscribe. If you like the content, do me a favor, drop me a like and a comment. So are there any stocks out there that look attractive valuation wise? I can tell you the stocks that I'm buying that I believe are attractive. I made a video last week and you might know what happened with that. I'm not really sure, still haven't heard back on that. Um, but I'm kind of repeating what I already covered last Thursday on that video that's no longer available for you to view on this platform. The first one being Microsoft. I do like this stock under $400. Of course, with investing, guys, it's important to think long term. It's important to build a blueprint. It's important to understand the business, your risk tolerance, all those different things. I have been buying Microsoft personally in my dividend portfolio. I do like the stock under 400. I mean, it can always go lower. That's always the answer, right? This S3 Fibonacci is about $331. So, I mean, could you see something below 350? It's possible. I really like the stock, even right here at 392. For me, as a long-term investment, holding it 5-10 years, I don't think SpaceX should be worth more than Microsoft, in my humble opinion. The next one we talked about on that last video is Uber. And I personally like this stock, buying the community portfolio between 65 and 75. It can certainly go less or it can go lower. This S3 is $62.35. That's certainly a possibility. The lower, the better. For me, I like the dollar cost average, think long term, think as a long term investor. I'm owning part of these businesses. I'm going to buy the stock and I want to hold these stocks long term. That's how I do it, right? I'm not, trying to get rich quick or anything like that. I'm trying to invest for the long term. If I look at the next stock we covered, Meta, I did talk about, some reasons why I'm not super bullish on the stock, but at the same time, I think it's attractive when I look at valuation, $600 or less. This S3 is down below $500. I think it'd be a really strong opportunity to buy it under 500. More than likely won't get there with a negative catalyst, but I personally have been looking at buying some Meta under $600 in that community portfolio. And Mercado Libre is one that I also have been buying. I've been buying this stock in the community portfolio. Right now it's 1685. I really prefer that 1500 level if possible or lower. Looking at the chart, you do have an S3 Fibonacci at about 1298. So I think that would be a great opportunity in my humble opinion. You've got to do what's best for you, your portfolio, your money, risk tolerance. You'll notice that everything I'm saying, I'm trying to be extra cautious, right? Because I don't want the same thing to happen as last week. And then I gave you a 3-for-1. And I gave you this 3-for-1. The first one being Celsius. I actually bought some more shares in the community portfolio this morning. I will say, though, I'm not going crazy personally on this stock in terms of like loading up. I posted in Discord in the community portfolio, I posted this morning just some reasons why I like Celsius. These core brands. This used to kind of be my favorite when I drank a lot of energy drinks. I like all three of these brands, Celsius, Alana Nu, and Rockstar. Of course, this acquisition's been huge for Celsius and the brand. Most of that growth has been inorganic coming from that acquisition. This Pepsi partnership is a big deal. I think Celsius has built a leading multi-brand modern energy drink portfolio. It's about 21% of US market share. It has distinct consumer targeting and the full distribution muscle of PepsiCo, which I think is probably the biggest selling point for me. This is less than 1%, though. It's a spec position. I am buying more, trying to build it up, but I'm not going crazy. This isn't going to be a huge percentage or concentration in the community portfolio. And then Netflix bought some shares in the community portfolio this morning, $79.57. It's trading even lower than that right now at $78.71. It just keeps drifting lower. I want to believe that maybe $75 could be some sort of support or floor here. It hit $75.01 in February of 2026. If I'm just looking at valuation, looking at where the stock could be in a couple of years, I personally think it's attractive when I look at like this risk reward down here. It always can go lower than this. Let's just say it goes to $65. Here's what $65 looks like. Here's what $124 look like. This is attractive in my opinion. And of course, I'm not going to buy a stock just off of a chart or off of a silly graph like this. You have to do your homework, understand what you're buying. I think there's opportunity with Netflix. When you think of advertising, you think of international expansion. It's not something where it's my favorite. Of course, it's not an AI player. So a lot of these kind of stocks are getting thrown in the trash. People want to chase those AI stocks. I have no problem buying against the grain, buying some stocks like some Netflix, some Celsius, and Oracle. I told you after the sell off, after the earnings report, it got down quite a bit lower than this. I think it was, 170, $80, something like that. So it's kind of working its way up. It's 190. I personally prefer Oracle 150 or less, but I do believe that this future has a bright future. I did a write up recently, kind of talking about CoreWeave and MBIS and why I prefer Oracle over those. So if you're in the announcements channel in Discord, you can see why I'm avoiding those two and I prefer Oracle instead. Not necessarily buying at these levels, although depending on what you're trying to do, if you miss these lower prices down here, maybe it is a decent buy for you. You have to decide for yourself. I definitely prefer it down here more, but certainly not terrible if you look at the fact that it was like a $350 stock. This was way overdone here, and this was probably overdone to the downside. And it's getting closer to a fair value. Probably most would agree. Analysts would agree. 200 plus. I think you'll see that in the next couple of years. Of course, there's no guarantee of what's going to happen for sure. But when I think of long-term swan, sleep well at night, this is one of my higher conviction stocks, Oracle. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new here, you like content like this, I haven't done anything really like this. So if you like it, drop a like, drop a comment. Let's see if it gets views. If it gets views, I'll do more like these. Have a great day. We'll see you.